specially crafted to like have you look at all of it. The whole point of you coming over here is to make sure that you think of something, everything, at every moment. I want you thinking at all moments, and at every moment in time, I need you to think about something. So you may look over here at the freaking wall and see like a picture of something, and that's supposed to make you think of something. And then what I want you to think while you see this stuff is that it's especially for me. Then I want you to say like, did you put that there just for me? And that's where I'll answer. I'll say, yes, I did. I did that just for you. I had you in mind when that happened, so anytime that I think about you, I want you to know that I'm instantly changing and rearranging everything over here just for you. You inspire me to constantly move everything around. So, just come on down, come over here, and then we can talk about it, and then we can talk about talking about it, and then afterwards, we'll talk about how we talked about it until we have some other stuff to talk about, so that when we're talking about this stuff, that as long as we talk about it, our enjoyment level can reach maximum capacity. We want to have statistics that show that we enjoy ourselves better than everybody else. But especially when the enjoyment level is increasing and skyrocketing at a high rate, that we're obviously having way more fun than everybody else. The whole point of my goal is in life is to make sure that I'm constantly having more fun than everybody else. Especially if somebody challenges me, I feel threatened. I feel severely threatened if somebody else is having fun at all. It would be much better if we could outlaw fun and just make sure that it's illegal to have fun. If we have more fun than everybody else, then we can talk about how we're talking about having fun. But for now, we're just gonna have to talk about talking about how we talked about talking about it, and then we'll be sure that you can be certain after that point that we might be making progress. But for now, we're just gonna talk about how we talked about talking about it. So that'll really help a great deal in possibly increasing the chances of enjoyment levels. And that's good because as long as we know that we're enjoying ourselves, then we can justifiably shatter those dreams and just crash them down to the ground, and just burst it and destroy everybody's bubbles. So if you're gonna be coming over here, I'm gonna make sure, let's do a quick recap on that. I want to make sure that I recapitulate. So if you come over here and hang out, everything here is especially placed for you. I've made sure that through telekinesis that I have meticulously placed every item in my home, so that you can, with you in mind, and that we have declared all-out war against everybody, so that we can enjoy ourselves better than everybody. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. And there's nothing better in dried up and used up and turned into a desert. We'll go to Mars. We'll go and live on an actual desert, so that we can. The whole point of that is that so that it looks the same. When Mars and the Earth look the same, then we'll decide to go live on Mars. But for now, it's just not. It's not on sale. It's too expensive. But otherwise, sorry, I'm so out of breath from how excited that I am. I'm so excited about this. I'm out of breath. I probably in my imagination did some jumping jacks and cartwheels, and a few spin moves and karate chops. But it's got me all excited that I'm imagining I'm doing these things. So, come over here. Would you just come over here already? Just get over here right now. Come on. I've done all of this for you. Come on. I'm getting really antsy over here. What do I need to do? Freaking grow some antlers out of my head so that I can. That's what I'm thinking I might do. It might be best while I'm waiting for you to come over here if I grow some antlers out of my head so that while I'm walking around, someone might think that I'm a deer, and then a hunting accident would be like a really funny thing. I think because there's nothing funny, that I wanna at least chase after the things that aren't funny. So if nothing's funny, then I'll just fill the air and fill the void, and I'll just fill the space with stuff that would be funny, with stuff that isn't funny, and it'll cancel out. In my mind, that makes sense. I think that it balances out, it equals out, it checks out. That if nothing's funny, and then I fill that space with stuff that isn't funny, where it is, if I put the stuff there where it should be funny, and it isn't funny, it'll equal out and be funny, so that I won't need to care about whether it's funny or not. You see, at that point, according to my calculations, at that point, it won't matter if anything's funny. And the necessity to laughing and funny stuff in comedy will be outdated at that point. So in other words, what I'm doing is helping the apocalypse. I'm helping change the world in that way. In that way, no one needs to laugh at anymore. You won't require laughing. You can just go on living without any laughter. So I'm really busy right now, okay? I'm doing my duty for you. That I'm making everything all mapped out, meticulously placed for you. And I'm doing the larger picture in the grand scheme of themes. In the grand scheme of themes, I'm also helping the world make sure that they don't need to laugh anymore. You don't need to. I've already made sure that I groomed some antlers. So, in between all that, you would think I wouldn't have any more time, but I do have a little bit more time, because I'm saving some I'm saving some of it for, just in case there are other extraterrestrial species that show up. I need to have a whole space reserved, and we have to save some of the stuff that we have left over just in case any of the extraterrestrials show up. So, if they don't show up, you can have all the extra stuff that's left over that I've been saving for them. But if they do show up, you have to give to give me some credit for having that kind of patience and willpower. No one has that kind of patience. No one has that kind of willpower, but I do. Though I possess a godlike patience and spirit and willpower. So it's gonna be worth it. Though I'm not complaining, and I'm certainly not bragging because I'm very humble. I have a lot of humility, and I'm certainly a very humble person. I'm one of the most humble people you will ever meet. So, so basically what I'm saying is, you're not gonna have to worry about ever lacking in anything if you come over here, because I've made sure that there's plenty of everything over here, especially this picture on the wall that I mentioned that you can have lots of extreme thoughts about and feel all kinds of erratic ways and think all kinds of very strongly, think of very strong thoughts about, because then if I have guests over in my home and they're not thinking erratically and having very strong thoughts about it and putting their mind into overdrive and overworking their brain, I'm uncomfortable. So what I need is for someone to be comfortable, or I need someone thinking vigorously in my home to make me comfortable, because if I'm not comfortable, I'm never not comfortable. I'm always going to be super comfortable. Excuse me, it's quite a painful process growing antlers, so I might have some glitches on this transmission, especially because I'm transferring from Pluto. So it takes quite a while to get the courage, first of all, to move a muscle in Pluto because it's so cold here. But it also takes a long time for the messages to transfer. So if this message actually reaches you, it should be a miracle. But I'm very much I'm very much on the fence about how I feel about it, so I'll have to make another transmission on how I feel about that. But for now, it's just very important that we don't do any more recaps, no more reminders, no more re-emphasis. But I want to tell you a story before I go real quick. I remember one time I almost got my face punched in by a very